Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Something that I want to put a pivot hinge, either a Rickson or whoever makes a decent one that's not going to kill my budget. But what I'm looking to do is have this sort of monolithic slab as you walk up to this house, and the idea is with this pivot hinge, I want it to just appear to sort of be floating there. I don't want to have any perimeter that it's hinged on, or where the strike would hit, in a typical door or gate configuration. So what I'm hoping to do is have this big heavy duty door with pivot hinges, but I'd like to have a keyed lock that works like a flush bolt, where the bolt will go into the concrete walkway. And is there a way to do a keyed flush bolt? I haven't seen one. I'm just wondering if there's something that exists where I can pull this off. All I want to have on this gate is a grab bar. I don't want to have a lock set or a lever or a knob or anything like that. I just wanted to have a discrete little bezel, like for a deadbolt, and with a bolt that goes into the slab, so it doesn't have to go horizontally into a jam on the side. Is there anything like that you've seen?
Yes, it's like you've walked up to a hot dog place and asked for French fries. It's going to happen. Cylinder-operated flush bolts are standard equipment in our world.
Oh, great. Everybody is so puzzled and baffled when I raise that question. I've got there's 150 years of experience with these two guys that have these old mortising machines, and we're doing...
I just school those guys. Admittedly, I have only 3 decades, so...
Well, these guys are both in their late 60s, and they have the coolest tools that they stopped making a long time ago. We got 2 mortising machines going, and we're doing these really trick Argenta, sauce hinges that everybody else ran away screaming, afraid to touch them. These guys are like, keyed flush bolt doesn't exist. I'm like, come on, you guys have got to.
Oh, they've been around forever.
And these guys do all these homes in Malibu Colony and all these, multi-million-dollar stuff. So, but cool. Glad to hear that. I wonder if you could recommend a good pivot hinge as well as that keyed flush bolt setup.
It's just a matter of processing the order. The cylinder, key-operated cylinder, the key-operated flush bolt, great. Just need to know the dimension that you want it off the floor to the cylinder. And then the pivot is a matter of what's the door made of? I mean, you said monolithic. I mean, what is it, a sheet of granite?
Oh, no. I'm going to make this out of some rough sawn white oak.
Oh, okay.
And it'll be it'll be louvered, basically. I'm going to make a perimeter frame, and it'll be pretty slick when I'm done. Let me dial this in a little bit more. If you give me an example of what the throw is on a typical keyed flush bolt, then I can start with that and then design the gate. I haven't even done it on paper yet. I wanted to find my hardware first.
Well, a typical throw is about 3/4 inch. Obviously in a gate application, you might require a throw that's longer. Well, the amount of throw can't change. You might go with a longer bolt head and then have it hang long off the bottom of the gate so it, makes contact with the strike. So yeah, you'll have to work around that constraint.
Okay, so a typical throw is going to be 3/4, and I could just have it hang low and make it work that way.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll start with that, and then as far as pivot hinges, I'm guessing this gate is going to be in the 200-pound neighborhood. So
extremely light for pivot hardware. That's going to be super simple.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, because I know that those hinges can get really expensive with the that Rixson type. But
Not nearly as costly as that custom door you're going to make.
No, that's well, I got the materials. It's just my time, and we're still working. But if somebody gets sick on the job, we're all going to be home bored with needing things to do.
Yeah, I spoke to a client. Well, I communicated with a client on the West Coast. It was shelter in place for a major contractor out there. So that I didn't like to hear that.
Yeah, that I did my Costco run last night. That was pretty surreal.
Surreal. That's a
no
good way to call
anywhere.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty weird though. But God, the commute's awesome. What's normally an hour and a half is 25 minutes.
I got home in 6 minutes the other night, and that's impossible. That's 8.5 miles on a state, on a state highway that runs through an urban area. That's crazy, right?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, my house to down PCH to Santa Monica, it's thick every day. It's just like, God, this is awful. But no, we're still banging away as long as our clients don't shut us. I don't think they will. These guys own Telemundo. They've got this house and another $10 million spec home we're doing in La Jolla.
Oh, I've spent time there. I do like it. Just north of there, you go north about 5 miles or so, there's a quaint little town. They've got streets that are named after Roman gods, and I rented a house there for a week. And just, when I was there, the place you're talking about, I didn't hear the Beach Boys. I saw it.
Oh, wow.
And that's
oh, cool.
Yeah, that was amazing. I saw what they were singing about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this one in La Jolla, they live on the same street where Dr. Seuss's house was.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's funny. I was aware of that. That's great.
Yeah. So our door guys get to go down there too. I'm probably going to go down there. I'm making a 22-foot high walnut screen that goes around the stairwell. And this place has underground parking for 12 cars and a big turntable to turn your vehicle around and park it. And so it's pretty neat. And this is a spec home.
A turntable like a roundhouse back when the days of steam locomotives.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can turn your. You know what? The ugliest goddamn vehicle I've seen lately. Rolls-Royce makes an SUV. It looks like they put a Rolls ornament on a Chevy Tahoe, and I just laughed. I was like, that is the biggest waste of money. Jesus.
I certainly would think the build quality is beyond reproach, but it does have to look sexy, and that vehicle does not. So.
Yeah, but if you're going to do that with, have a passenger car. If you want, testosterone, climb up a vertical wall, it's like, get a Mercedes Unimog and just end of conversation. Don't try to do that with a Rolls Royce. That's just stupid. Anyways. People spending their money in dumb ways. Well, let's see. I'm going to jot down a part number here that I wanted to look up. What hinges would fit the bill for what I'm trying to do here? Under 500 pounds on a pivot hinge.
Well, do you want it center hung or offset?
Center hung or offset? Well, I'd probably just have it set in from the pivot edge. I don't know how far. Several inches, I would guess.
Okay.
The gate's going to be about 50 to 52 inches wide.
So that means center hung. The part number that you want is 0370.
Mm-hmm.
That is a company by the name of ABH. They have been in business for 30 years. They make...
D as in David or B as in boy?
Alpha Bravo Hotel.
Gotcha. ABH. Okay, and then that's on your site, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll have a look at those. And then how much is a set of those?
Top and bottom of an 0370 is about $210, $215.
Okay, cool. And then so a keyed flush bolt.
About 150, depending on your length.
Okay, got it. And then how would I hunt for those on your site?
That's part number 1870.
Got it. Okay. Cool. All right. Awesome. Well, I'll have a look at those this afternoon then, and we'll get back to you. You guys aren't going anywhere for this nonsense, are you?
Shelter in place if necessary, but us here come in contact with very little outsiders, so it's, I've got to go out of my way, we'll be here. I'll be here till I'm 90. When it comes to mortising the door for all this material, I happen to have mortised tens of thousands of doors in my life, and I'm not exaggerating. Everything from hammer and chisel to multi-axis CNC. So I can also work with you interpreting the template so that you know when you're routing it where and why you're doing that.
Okay. Excellent. Good to know. Cool. Well, this will be fun. I'll get back to you, Richard.
Thank you, sir. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program.